Hey everyone, welcome back to Numpy Studio, and today I'm here with a brand new video for you guys. We're going to be talking about Heartland Season 15, Episode 7, titled Bluebird, and my mom's here to join me. Thanks for coming on.
Hey.
Okay, so, new episode this week. I don't really, Heartland Instagram page doesn't promote a lot. It's just one of those, it's different how they promote. So, like, because it's more of a Canadian driven thing, they get more, like, promotion over there than we do in the US, which is kind of unfortunate. But so I didn't know much going into this episode. But overall, what did you think of it?
I thought it was a good episode. I guess I wasn't expecting to circle back around to what they did talk about, but I think it was good. I think it was important.
Mm-hmm. When we talked about this right before we got on, I liked how there were fewer storylines to try to keep a certain theme for the episode, because I feel like some things that they put too many storylines in an episode, especially this season. I've noticed like too many things going on. That's almost like a drama. I mean, it kind of is a drama, but it's nice when they can have like a grounded theme for the episode that is emotional. So yeah, I just thought to kind of switch things up a little bit. Let's just go ahead and talk about the subplot, and then we can get to the main plot. So pretty much, there's a new client at the Dude's Ranch who is Lou's assistant Rick's mom, and she is a professional photographer, and she has like social media stuff online. I wonder if it's like a real thing. I doubt it, but and she's looking for like a bluebird because I guess they're really rare to find. I feel like we've seen, well, or some at least something close to a bluebird. Not, but they're definitely rare. Would you agree?
Yeah, apparently this one is. Yeah.
Well, it's like a special. I mean, it's a beautiful bird. I mean, I guess all birds are beautiful in their own way, but especially this one has like a really pretty look to it. So yeah, I guess Lou promised a mountain bluebird, which, oh Lou,
Yeah, there's Lou again.
like you can't make promises that you can't keep. I mean, luckily it worked out by the end, but so yeah, Jessica like enlists Katie and Parker's help so they could find the bluebird, and they found one, but it was like far away, so they couldn't necessarily, like, it needed to be something close. And Jessica promised them $20 bonus, but she says if they can't find it, then they can't get the bonus, which was probably like a little lesson there to learn, because they were like, that's not fair. But they're also still young, so they're still learning the whole business side of things and what's fair and what's not. And Jessica like knows, like her and Lou are like businesswomen, so they just kind of like know what's fair. They've kind of been through all those stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, luckily by the end they are able to locate that bluebird. So, and I guess Rick's mom enjoys her stay. And it was just kind of it was a nice subplot for what it was. I guess didn't that mean much necessarily, but yeah, I thought it was good overall. Okay, so let's then kind of get into the main plot. So we start out with Amy and Lindy, and they stop at the gas station. And who's the person wiping the windows? It's the person who shot Ty a few seasons back, who shot both of them, actually. He was aiming at a wolf, but he accidentally shooted the both of them. Hired by J.D. Worth, who was the person running against Lou. So he's back in town. I'm not sure if you caught up on this, but was he in jail before, or is he more like doing community service, or is this just like a job he?
Yeah, I think well he it sounded like he had already served his time. He got a lesser thing because he testified against Worth, and yeah. So
Yeah,
he
so
did serve his time.
yeah, so now he's working here, and Amy talks to Jack about it. Unfortunately, Jack makes the mistake of relaying this to Tim. Now, sure, Tim should probably know because it's like he is Amy's dad, but of course, Tim goes to the gas station. Now, I've seen this clip, like, in the trailer. It was of Tim punching Grady, and I didn't exactly know the context of it. I kind of liked the scene, though, because it was, like, building up. I'm glad he just didn't get out the car and punch him right away, because I thought I liked the suspense building up to it, and Tim actually showing his like protective side. I did like that as well. Now, I don't. It was wrong of him to punch Grady. I mean, but I do understand that he has his reasoning. But what do you think of that scene?
Yeah, I mean it's typical Tim. He's very hot headed. His reaction was spot on for him. Yeah, I mean, they're hurt, and this is how he deals with things when he's hurt. So it's not surprising that this is how he handled it.
Mm-hmm. And Amy gets really upset. Understandable,
Mm-hmm.
because, well, she wants to move on, and she was kind of in the healing process. Obviously, Ty will always be in her mind, but she was on the healing process from like this specific incident. Um, and but she, I mean, but she's also acts human. Which I do like how, especially last season and this season too, Amy's getting more emotional storylines instead of just them all being about horses. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I like how and because Amber Marshall is a great actress, I think might be the best one on the show. And I think she did a really good job this episode and all of last season. But I just definitely think these last two seasons, she's really been able to shine the emotional aspect because they never really gave her that before. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
really did a good job with her. Um, and she pretty much said, "Why didn't Dad ask me for what I wanted?" Sure, but she also admits that, like, she would want to punch him, and Jack would want to punch him too. Like, they would all want to probably even do more than that, but it's all part of trying to move on. And Jack and Tim also had some good scenes, some funny scenes, and when they were herding the cattle and everything. And Jack actually gave him a good speech, pretty much just saying, "Don't do something you're gonna regret," which
Yeah.
was pretty much like, I mean, I'm sure you already regret like punching him, but don't fall down like a dark path again. Which then it kind of leads back to Tim's addiction, the whole thing, because I guess a wedding present for the two of them, he, I guess, grabs the bottle of whatever alcohol it was. And then Jessica finds it, and she probably is like thinking like the worst, but then he pours it out. So,
Which is good. Very good.
and meanwhile, Amy, I thought especially the scene with her like ripping up like the paper in her room was really well acted. Just really shows just how upset she is at this whole thing. And then she has a scene with Tim. Well, a few scenes with Tim that I really personally liked. I think that we haven't really got good Amy and her dad scenes, and I think we actually finally got them this time around. Would you agree? This episode,
Yeah.
I'm pretty much just saying, after her mom died, she had Spartan to keep her sane. After Ty died, she had Lindy to keep her sane, and now Tim needs to find what his coping method in a way, or like someone to like be by his side, because he doesn't really have that necessarily. I mean, sure, he has like family, but he just doesn't have. He just needs to find that, and luckily he does find it in his horse, which was a really good scene. Bonding with his horse, I like that. But and then Amy goes to the gas station and pretty much has a talk with Grady. Now, I was kind of like, we're seeing two different sides to this, because I feel like Amy, not totally defending Grady, but like maybe taking a little bit easy on him to Tim, saying Grady's not a monster, But then when she actually talked to Grady, she still put the blame back on him a little bit, because it is. So just two different sides, which makes sense because she's allowed to think those two different ways about this person.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm actually kind of glad, instead of just like defending him the whole way through, because he doesn't deserve to be defended. I mean, apparently Tim also wanted to like him to get like a greater sentence, but because he testified against Worth, who's like the person, like the ringleader behind it, he was able to get a lesser sentence. And he really doesn't deserve that. He deserves to be in jail. But I also get that. I get that he served his time. I also kind of wanted to see more from the guy anyways. I mean, he says, like, I didn't mean to, like, I'm sorry it happened, and Amy says that's not good enough, which is true. I kind of wanted to see more from the guy, though. I doubt he'll be back, because I feel like it wrapped up Amy's path, but I still kind of felt like, if it's not good enough, but I also get it's about Amy, not him.
Well, but I think at the end she kind of gave him permission to move on. And so I think that was the closure for both of them.
Yeah. But another great scene by Amber Marshall. She did a good job at that scene at the gas station. And then Amy makes up with her dad too, and Tim has that scene with his horse, like I said, and some great scenes with Jessica too. So this was definitely a heavy Tim episode, I would say. But I think, and sure, while we were annoyed with him at times, I think it worked out at the end. He got. It was actually a good Tim episode in my opinion, even though, like I said, he was being annoying. But And I like how it actually focused more on Tim than Jack, which was interesting. I mean, sure, Amy and Jack still had some good scenes. I actually was like, well, some of the scenes, especially Amy, um, like talking to Grady, were definitely very emotional. I'm not sure if you felt that way
Oh,
in
definitely.
any of the scenes. This is definitely all of last season was really like heart grabbing. This episode is another one of those. Got to be prepared going in. It's just it is sad because we haven't seen sad Heartland in a while. If there was, it happened like every like 4 or 5 seasons, but we're just kind of hit with it all at once now. It's kind of tough to it's tough to watch, but also they do a good job with it.
Yeah.
So anything else you want to say before we close?
I thought it was another good Heartland episode.
Yeah, I definitely think. I'm not sure. I mean, because like I said, 2 episodes ago was my favorite episode in seasons. So we'll see how all the episodes stack up, and maybe we'll do a ranking or something. But anyways, everything for Watch Me Studio. Like, comment, subscribe, and bye everyone.